Hi there, a warm welcome to you. Can you hear me, viewers? Thank you for responding with yes. Let me welcome the participants. Then we have two topics in tonight's live chat. Interesting topics, by the way. Just let me greet the viewers who are participants in the live chat, who are commenting rather. Do comment, viewers, because when you write comments, I read your comments, I read your names. That is how I remember you. So I remember some names, they've been active in comment section for years. So in videos comment section, do make a comment because that will help me remember you. You might have been watching me for years. I don't know you. I want to know you. That is why I want you to write comments because that keeps me linked, connected with you. We have Med Abdu Ali, first viewer who commented. Welcome, Med Abdu Ali. Oniska QLF here at regular viewer. Welcome. A here, Kasete Solomon, Tarzan Jungle, podcast, DSG, Makati Tedros joined, Simon Tisfai here, Gloppy Floppy, a new name for me. Tisfai Dangacho here. DSG has become a member. I think it's the first time that DSG has become a member. Special welcome to you, DSG, in the members community. We have around 50 members. Members pay a few dollars per month to be members. That's their contribution, their appreciation for my work. We have only a few members, but their contribution matters a lot for me. It just shows that my work is of significance for them. They acknowledge my hard work. So whenever we get members, more members, it's always very encouraging for me. John Wecker here, Bilal Asayai, A wants a smile. I think I already gave a smile. Makati Tedros says ENDF is going to have lots of embarrassments these 6 months. Tarzan Jungle is saying Abiy is going to flee to Zimbabwe like Mengistu. Too early. Too early to say that. Peace and Love joined to welcome Peace and Love. Peace and Love is also a member. New Tigrania music channel here. Tamro Gnine. We have Neti Hale, Shumit Kefalio, ABU Suleiman, Amano, Yin Musica. Amano, you are not a member, I think. If you are a member, you have to renew your membership. If you did not, it expired. Hassan Ibrahim here. He says you are giving balanced information than Ethiopian activists. Thank you, Hassan. Kidus Tube here. Sammy S. Yini Musica joined. Welcome, Yini. He is also a member FKM. Isfaldat Habte. Tasfaldat is asking about General Philippos, who is undergoing treatment in India. David Tadla here. Birhano Jula here. Yasin Abdullah. Birhano says, change the title. It's not neutral. Well, let me explain the title. Then you can decide if it is neutral or not. Mikhail here. Thames test joined to Maya joined. Welcome, Maya. Now, wow, English joined as well. Samael here. Z joined. Samael made it on time this time. Og Buzgi, Debs, Nathaniel Davidson. I think I read almost all names. Yusuf here. Elijah Kano joined. Elijah, you were asking questions about the topic which I mentioned in a live chat this week. I said in 2 weeks we could see a big development. In this live chat, I'll talk about that development. TJ joined, says you report the incident and rarely make analysis. Well, I do, I think. I do. Mars attack. No, Shamit, I am not annoyed by any of your comments. Nethi says you're still in a condition that war is not imminent or not. Well, I told you that war has begun in Wollo, I think. That's what I've been saying for the last 1 week, that Eritrea has fired the first shot through Fano and TPLF in Wollo. Koala joined. Welcome, Koala. Good to see you. A is A. I think I read your name. S call here. Thanks, Koala. We have Korto Kettil. Welcome, Korto. Abdul Qadir Hamid joined to welcome Abdul Qadir. By the way, do write about the quality of subtitles which I'm uploading. I am putting in lots of work to upload subtitles in all the languages, major languages in Ethiopia and Eritrea. I mean, Amharic, Afan, Tigrinya, Somali, Oromo, and lots of foreign languages. I am uploading subtitles in German, French, Dutch, Chinese, Russian. So anyone can enable subtitles. And subtitles are correct because I ensure that the English subtitles are correct. And then from English, I translate it into other languages. So I think accuracy is good. Still, I would request you to write comments about the quality of subtitles. And do we need to improve languages, more languages? I can add more languages, by the way. By the way, in Germany, I mean, German language subtitles are the ones being most watched. People were saying, sorry, you should just upload subtitles in African languages, but German is one of the languages in which subtitles are being enabled by several viewers. Maybe they are in Germany. Mamu says, why are you not conducting an interview to Ethiopian politicians? Well, that's not how I work. I never did that in the past too. I think you have to conduct interviews then of politicians of all sides. It's difficult, and I cannot just ask planted questions. Who will come to be interviewed by me? Let's get to the topic. A says, okay, let's get to the topic. Someone is saying Kiswahili must be included. I think you are saying Swahili, which is African language. It's already included. I am uploading subtitles in Swahili. I think it's the same language which you are mentioning, Shomet. 3G is at Macaulay University. He's from Macaulay University and he has serious difficulties to decide whether to stay or leave. What did you write, Beniam? Well, you can contact me through my Gmail, SAJID. We can stay in touch. I did a video on Sad Khan's interview. RPJ here, Kinadit Garbo joined too. Let's start, viewers. Let me speak for a few minutes on the first topic. First topic is about the embarrassment which Ethiopian military is facing now, which has become international embarrassment. Secondly, we'll talk about Lemma Megersa. Is he returning to Ethiopia? Exclusive information for you. This week, I said that in 2 weeks, we could see a big development unfold in Ethiopia. Several people asked questions about the nature of the development. Now I have details for you, which I'll explain a little later. Let's start with the news story about embarrassment for the Ethiopian military, which is international embarrassment. International Committee of Red Cross has confirmed that in offensive launched by Amhara Fano fighters, many soldiers were killed. ICRC has not given a number, but ICRC Ethiopia chief Martin Thelman has released a message, a video message, and the man has confirmed that many people were killed in attacks by Fano. The center of these attacks was the area between Lalibela and Voldia. So confirmation has come now about the losses suffered by ENDF from a third party. I have been saying since day one that ENDF suffered immense losses. That is why Ethiopia wrote a letter to the UN. That is why Ethiopia accused Eritrea and TPLF, because I said, I used the same phrase, which I'm going to repeat. I said, ENDF is feeling the pinch, the heat of Fano's attack in Wollo. It is being confirmed by international organization, that is ICRC. Confirmed. Secondly, why is it an embarrassment for the Ethiopian government? Because ICRC, International Committee of Red Cross, is distributing medical supplies to 3 hospitals in the Amhara region, in Kobo, Lalibela, and Voldia hospitals. Red Cross is providing medical supplies. Why? Because injured ENDF soldiers are being treated there. Secondly. Thirdly, around 20 seriously injured ENDF soldiers have been handed over by Fano to the International Committee of Red Cross. Red Cross confirmed that. And that These injured soldiers then were transported to Wuldia, handed over to the Ethiopian National Defense Force. Thirdly, Pano gave access to International Committee of Red Cross to the camps where ENDF POWs are being kept. In a statement, Red Cross did not uh, tell the exact location of the place where ENDF soldiers are being kept, but Red Cross has visited these camps. It visited ENDF soldiers who are in the custody of Afano fighters, where in a high place, Red Cross said, all that which I spoke is being confirmed by the International Committee of Red Cross. It's not that I am claiming all this, but you can see a video statement of Martin Thelman, who is head of programs of Red Cross for Ethiopia, a video message he has released, 2 minute long video message. Ethiopian military always said that Fano is not a national level threat. Ola is not a national level threat. You remember what Jula said. Birhano Jula, the Ethiopian military chief, in some interviews a few months ago, said these groups, Ola, Fano, are not national level threats. The groups which are not national level threats are creating international headlines. International organizations are intervening to give medical support to Ethiopian military soldiers. Isn't it an embarrassment? Birhano Jula, one viewer who said a few minutes ago, Sajid, your title is misleading. Now you tell me, isn't it an embarrassment? Well, it's more than that, I think, that Ethiopian military, which claims to be the strongest military in the Horn of Africa, military which claims that it has turned into a modern professional institution, is being exposed on international level. Fano inflicted heavy losses on military, and Ethiopian government had to agree to the intervention of the Red Cross. Why? Because ENDF soldiers have been taken prisoner in large number. ENDF soldiers could have died in Fano's custody because Fano fighters are not running hospitals. They do have some healthcare staff and some health camps, but they don't have the fully operational hospitals. So government had to agree to the intervention of the Red Cross. And Red Cross is now exposing what Ethiopian National Defense Force went through in Wollo. Part one. That was part one, by the way. We saw that part one during the first 3 to 4 days of operation launched by Wollo Fano. It wasn't just Wollo Fano. Again, I'm saying the Tigray fighters were on board Eritrea behind the attack. Now ENDF's turn. Since yesterday, ENDF has been launching counteroffensive. Fano losing ground. Confirmed. 5 towns they have withdrawn from in the last 48 hours, you can say. Rishina, Kon, Marsa, Makanissalam, Ajabar. They could withdraw from more towns. But are they suffering losses like the losses were suffered by ENDF? That remains to be seen. So far, the losses they are suffering are territorial losses. They're withdrawing Withdrawal could be tactical too. If they're protecting themselves to withdraw and they're not suffering losses to their manpower, they can return anytime. That is why those who are saying that Fanos are entering and leaving, they are achieving nothing out of these attacks, they should reconsider their opinion, because what happened in Wollo was a nightmare for the Ethiopian National Defense Force. Shumit says more than half of the ENDF has been killed in the Tigray war and the war with Fano and Ola. Well, if you ask me, ENDF is not facing shortage of manpower. They have done some large scale recruitments in the last 1 year or so. And they have regional forces, they have Leo police, they have strike force. So manpower, I think, won't be an issue for ENDF. Thames Test is asking a question again and again. He's saying, could Ethiopia disintegrate like Yugoslavia? Well, I'll have to speak for a few minutes on that. I did videos on that, by the way, in 2021, I remember, at the peak of Tigray war. You can search, will Ethiopia disintegrate? Can Ethiopia disintegrate? Write that in My Views on News search and you will see that video. I still stick to my opinion, which I gave uh, in 2021 about the disintegration of Ethiopia. Will it happen or not? Morish Gamacho says, for how long this conflict will last for you? Well, it will last now. I mean, in 2023, I said that conflict in Amhara will go on. Back then, Fano was not as organized as it is today. Yes, there are differences. AFPO, AFNF killing each other, no doubt about that. Yes, they're not united. But today's Fano is much more organized, much more armed, way bigger. And they have found active allies too, in the form of TPLF and Eritrea. That is why even a layman can see, can conclude that conflict is set to go on in the Amhara region. Military won't be able to crush Fano. But those who are dreaming that tomorrow uh, Guracha is unable to buy membership. Yes, Guracha, you cannot be a member if you live in Ethiopia. Those who watch me in Ethiopia, I don't earn even a penny from Ethiopia because YouTube ads I'm not paid if someone watches me in Ethiopia. You cannot be a member too if you are in Ethiopia. So you need to be outside Ethiopia. By the way, large chunk of the traffic on My Views on News is from Ethiopia, but that traffic is not paying for me. So I even a layman can conclude that this conflict in Amhara is set to go on. But those who are dreaming that tomorrow Fano will enter the palace and kick Abiy out of the palace, it won't happen. We are in for a protracted conflict. If Abiy is adamant to fight, if he is adamant to fight back, Believe me, it will go on. It will take several twists and turns. I was due to speak on a card being played by the Ethiopian PM in tonight's live chat, but I had to postpone. Hopefully, tomorrow I will, or next week, I'll do a video or a retail live chat about Abi's new card to uh, undermine the alliance against him. A says, Sajid, can PM Abi stay in power if he lost Addis? If he lost Addis, this is the question. If he lost Addis, losing Addis could be his, but it's not going to be easy to take Addis Ababa. Amano has rejoined as a member. He used to be a member. He is back. Welcome, Amano. Special welcome to the community of members. From Tisfai said, do you report about Sudanese PM in Eritrea? I did not. I know that Sudanese Prime Minister visiting Eritrea. He was there yesterday. Kamal Idris is his name. I was trying to get information about the real purpose behind the visit. Uh, we know that Eritrean government and Al Burhan are part of the allies. But what is specific about this visit? That's what I was trying to get information about. If I get information from the inside, then I'll do a video. Otherwise, everyone knows that Sudanese PM is in Eritrea. Why is he in Eritrea? What is the agenda? Yeah, very interesting comment by a viewer saying that Abi, from taking control of Assab now, has gone down to saving Wollo, saving Ethiopia. That's why I said that operation in Wollo by Fano was masterstroke played by Sa Savuki, Eritrean president. He saved Assab. ENDF now is pouring into Amhara region. The ENDF, which was planning to march into Afar towards Eritrean border. So Isa Savuki played the first card in a very smart manner. What will Abi do now? People should not underestimate him. He has some bad advisors, but he wants to be remembered in history. So let's see. He will definitely uh, give an answer. Shumit is asking a very important question. Let me respond to it. Then we'll talk about Lemma Megersa. A quick update about TPLF's blockade of ENDF to and from Tigray. It's a very interesting situation in southern Tigray. I mean, ENDF is in mainly in two towns, mainly in Alamata and Koram. ENDF does not want Tigray fighters to be involved in Wollo to support Fano fighters. And Tigray fighters don't want ENDF to be involved in Wollo against Fano. So there are issues in southern Tigray. Tigray fighters are obstructing the movement of ENDF into Wollo and into Waghimra zone from southern Tigray. Let's hope things remain under control because if ENDF and Tigray military start fighting in southern Tigray, that could lead to real escalation in a very short period of time. Now let's talk a little about Lemma Megersa. Makate says Volkite forgotten. No, it's not forgotten. Volkite is not forgotten. Uh, I did a video this morning. I told you about meetings in Addis Ababa. Uh, Colonel Demarcus Zadu was there. Shatter Damle was there. Abraham Bale was there in Addis, where they also attended the meetings. Topic was return of IDPs to Volkite, obviously. So discussions are ongoing, and federal government wants the start of return of IDPs. They don't want TPLF to have an excuse to wage war or to back Fano. They want to solve the issue of return of IDPs without solving the issue of status of TPLF. That is why the issue of return of IDPs will remain unsolved. TPLF wants its status back before the start of return of IDPs. Let me speak for just 5 minutes about Lemma Megersa. Then we'll wrap up the live chat. This week, I said that in 2 weeks, a major uh, development could happen in Ethiopia. I did not disclose details. I said I am under oath. My sources did not allow me. I am bound by my sources. Now I think I can talk a little about this topic because I got the green light from my sources. Lima, though he is EPRDF era politician, but he is one of those politicians who are respected, who are popular in Ethiopia, especially in Oromia. That's what my analysis is, because when I talk to people from Oromia, Ola, NT Ola, PP, others, I think majority of them is positive about Lemma Megersa. Lemma, we know, worked as Oromia regional president, and Lemma then worked as Minister of Defense too, under Ethiopian PM. But when the Prime Minister of Ethiopia founded Prosperity Party in 2019, December 2019, Lemma refused to join the Prosperity Party. He was put under house arrest. Later, he went into exile. I think since then, he's been in Germany. Some say he's in Norway, others say he's in Germany. But after his release from house arrest, he went abroad. And the man did not look back. I mean, he never tried to involve in Ethiopian politics. A lot happened, but he just kept a low key, as if he had given up politics for good. We know that now Ethiopian opposition politicians trying to regroup abroad. Lidito Ayalio, Jawar, Muhammad, Bakale Garba, then the politician from the Amhara region, Gaidu Under Gaichu, and several others, they've been trying to create a united opposition political front abroad. Even they, from day one, have been contacting Lemma. They want Lemma to join opposition. Lemma has not been showing any positive response. By the way, Bakale Garba also gave up politics, if you remember. He went abroad, but Jawar then went abroad. Jawar contacted him, and now Beklegarba is back. Beklegarba also remained in prison with Jawar for over a year. He's from Velega. So he has rejoined politics. Lemma never showed any interest in rejoining politics. If you remember, in some videos, I said a trio could be dangerous for the Ethiopian PM. If a trio is formed, by trio I mean Jawar, Ola, Lemma. If this alliance is formed, this trio could be dangerous for the Ethiopian PM in Oromia. Jawar, people call him an activist. I criticize him a lot too, by the way. He's not happy with me. Jawar has following in Oromia. People remember Lemma too. They want him back in Oromia. Ola has its own position, its own influence in Oromia. If these three players unite, believe me, that could be very difficult to be handled by the Ethiopian PM, especially in Oromia. We are mainly talking about Oromia. So what I have learned is that Lemma has shown interest in rejoining politics. Tomorrow is crucial. 11th of October, Saturday, 2025 is crucial. Tomorrow, Lidito Ayalio is going to launch his book. Lidito has written a book. Its launching ceremony will be held virtually. The book is a political document. It's like a novel. What I have learned about it is that it's like a novel. And Lidito has invited around 20 political personalities to attend the book inauguration ceremony virtually. So far, names have not been made public. The book is a political document. It's about politics. It's not a novel. You can say it's a political document in the form of a novel. Lidito has been trying to unite diaspora politicians or politicians in diaspora. He tried to return to Ethiopia, but he was not allowed to board a flight of the Ethiopian Airlines in the US. Lidito is spearheading the formation of an alliance against the Ethiopian Prime Minister. He is launching a book tomorrow, and reportedly he has invited Lemma Megersa. No one has been informed about it. Exclusive information which I received is that Lidito contacted Lemma to attend the book inauguration ceremony virtually, and reportedly Lemma agreed. If Lemma appears tomorrow in Lidito's book inauguration ceremony, that will be the first hint of Lemma Megersa's return to Ethiopian politics. Then you will see him attend some other discussions too. Ultimately, he will announce his return to Ethiopia or his return to Ethiopian politics. It seems that the efforts by Jawar, by others, are producing results. Lemma has been studying too. He faced some health issues too. But at last, he has decided that he should give a try to the Ethiopian politics. Let's see, tomorrow is crucial. Let's see which politicians attend Lidito Ayalio's book inauguration ceremony. Will Lemma be there? What will he say there? Will he deliver a speech? and then we'll talk about it in future live chats and videos. General Truth says, do you mean Lema's return to political activity or his return to Ethiopia? I think he'll have to return to activity first, then he can return to Ethiopia. If he decides to rejoin politics, then one day he will return as well. And I think if Lemma decides to resume political activities, we could see formation of a broad political alliance, uh, Ethiopian political alliance, and an Oromo alliance as well. Koala is saying, what are the chances of Abiy being assassinated by Lemma supporters? Well, I don't talk about assassinations. I think differences should be solved through dialogue. We should not promote violence. DSG says, do you think Abiy would allow him to return? Well, Abiy does not want to allow anyone to return to Ethiopia. But if a mega alliance is formed and situation in Ethiopia deteriorates, Abiy might come under pressure. These politicians now perhaps are not as significant as they could be in future. They are pinning their hopes, by the way, on Fano, on Ola, on TPLF, and some on Eritrea too. Perhaps without the activity of armed groups, they won't be able to put pressure on the Ethiopian PM. So they are pinning their hopes on the activities of the armed groups, waiting for the favorable conditions to return, I think. The Sate said, do you think Fano this time is a real challenge to Ethiopian government? Yes, Fano definitely turning into a challenge because Fano is not alone now. Murki joined to says, do you think USA will allow the removal of Abiy Ahmed? A very important question, by the way. Which side will US be on? Will it be on Abiy's side or will it be on opposition side? Well, I think that question needs some work. Let's not give a yes or no answer. Uh, I'll try to work on it. Then I'll share my analysis with you in a video or in an update, in a live chat. Muslim says, any prediction for the election? Well, I don't know about election, but the opposition politicians, they don't want Abiy to survive till election. They want to remove Abiy before election. And Abiy wants conflict to continue till election. He wants to hold election during a conflict because that will give him an excuse to use security forces like he did in 2021. Thank you, Murki, for buying the super chat sticker. Your contribution matters a lot. Thanks a lot. Current USA is not politician. Trump don't care about that. Janatut is saying. Well, Trump did not get Nobel Peace Prize. He has been boasting about stopping wars. Let's see how active he remains in stopping wars now. Teddy says Kandar Fano will join PM Abiy. I don't know. I did a video about AFPO, AFNF. Do watch this video. I uploaded a few hours ago. By the way, when AFNF made a big decision of starting conventional war in alliance with TPLF and Eritrea, it did not take AFPO on board. People would say AFPO could have leaked the entire plan. Yes, but AFPO is a player in Shoa. It's a main player. And now AFPO is opposing TPLF Fano alliance. So AFNF must engage AFPO now, I think. AFPO kept out of the alliance with TPLF would be dangerous for Fano. Lilo said, don't you think to increase the stress between federal government and Tigray? Are you saying the tensions are rising between them? Definitely rising. Alim joined after some time, joined a little late today. Alim, yeah, Alim, Volkait is one of the reasons, but there are some Amhara politicians who just don't want to sit with TPLF. They say TPLF is not reliable. Araya Gibbet George is joined. Koala says, what is the current degree of Abi's grip on ENDF? Well, so far, Abi is in control. I think it's too early to say that his grip is losing grip. No, his survival is linked to the general survival as well. Generals know that if Abi goes, they will also have to go. They fought wars. They led wars backed by Abi. So their survival is linked. It's 48 minutes have passed. I think we should end the live chat. It was good to be with you. We covered two topics. ICRC has confirmed losses suffered by ENDF. It's an international embarrassment for the Ethiopian military. Lemma Megersa is going to appear at Lidito Ayaleo's book inauguration on Saturday, reportedly. Let's see, will he return to Ethiopian politics? Let's see. Thanks for watching, viewers. I'll be back tomorrow. Till then, bye bye.